Hey there, thanks for joining me once again on the Third Eye of Providence for another deck review. We are pretty much out of the Mercury retrograde finally. We're still in the shadow period, but the coast is clear, and so this is going to be the last deck review of this month. Of course, going forward, I'll definitely be doing more deck reviews on this channel as I purchase and explore different decks. So, I wanted to do a review of the music oracles. This deck was really synchronistically brought into my life. um, there was a metaphysical store nearby that I would go to occasionally for candles and crystals and things like that. It was a really adorable witchy store called October. And right after I stopped at this store for a few supplies, I was planning on going to see an Amy Winehouse cover band, who are incredible, by the way. They're called The Winehouse Project. Check them out on YouTube. They have the lead singer, Lisa, does an impersonation performance of Amy Winehouse that is just spot on. So, anyways, I was going to that and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, Amy, you're speaking to me from beyond. So, I had to have this deck, right? And music means so much to me. My whole life have been just like really invested in live music, local music. Most of my friends are musicians, and as a Pisces and empath type of person, music just really resonates with my soul. And yeah, I just couldn't pass up this deck. I'm really glad. I've used it so many times. I've used it in my private readings. I've used it here on this channel. My most recent zodiac sign predictions for the month of March and Pisces season, which will be up soon. Make sure to check them out. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and you'll get the notification when those go live. I use the music oracles in that to give you guys some messages. So I really love this deck. It was written by Stephen Elcock, and the artwork is by Timba Smits. And the artwork is beautiful. It's really, really gorgeous and spot on. And just this whole thing, right? Like, look at how beautiful this is. It says, change your life with music. Consult the oracles today. And it has 50 cards. Gorgeous. Let's see. This was, yeah, $15. Totally worth it. um, and let's see, what else does it say on this? So they came out in 2019. I got them, I think, in 2019 when they first were released. And so, yeah, I really like them. I mean, the messages in this oracle, they're very like, they're not spiritual at all. Um, they are synchronistic. I will say that the messages definitely align with my clients and also my generalized readings, like really deeply, especially if you're familiar with the music of the artists in the card. Something might resonate deeper with you if that's the case. But typically, I will show you the cards and you'll get an idea of the messages from these. So, beautiful artwork here, right? Pretty big as far as the size of cards go. I kind of have a hard time shuffling them sometimes. Not because they're too like silky or whatever. They're the right matteness. It's just that the size of them and the stiffness of them, sometimes when I'm shuffling, they just go all over the place. Which is a little frustrating, but it's not unmanageable by any means. I know I have large hands because I also play the piano, and my range is just like one of the things I'm proud of. But yeah, these are kind of big if you have smaller hands, so keep that in mind. Now, like I said, they're not too matte and they're not too glossy either, so that's really positive. And I like that other than the star, you really can't tell if it's going to be reversed. I mean, it's not a deck that you read in reverse, but I just love that the artwork is so as above, so below. So let me show you an example of one of the cards. So we have, cool, Edith Piaf. Check out the art, right? So you can kind of get some ideas off of the imagery. But if you're not familiar with the artist, the musician, it's not that important. Or you can just go on YouTube and check out some of their music. So obviously, this woman was a French singer, says "Ne regrette rien." And the little sunglasses are to represent your attitude advice. This little bottle represents the lifestyle advice, which is to live with every fiber of your being. And the little music note is your inspiration, and that says weaponize your flaws. Love it. Powerful message. And the red definitely resonates with that passion and um acceptance of your flaws and your insecurities and stuff. So let me give you one more so you can kind of get an idea. Cool. Oh, another powerful woman. Maria Callas. She was an opera singer. Beautiful, striking artwork, right? And compromise is the enemy of perfection. Befriend your inner serpent, and you cannot survive on sensation alone. So, like I was saying to you guys, that the messages on these cards are pretty generic. They're not super deep. Some might be, synchronistic to people, and I like these as just like a kind of a bonus message. And then I like to just encourage the people to listen to the music, right? The music oracles are trying to speak to you. If you resonate as, a clairaudient type of person and you get messages through song, well, then this is a bonus for you to go and get more messages from spirit. These artists have messages that they're trying to convey to you. And this is sort of just like a nudge in the direction. And then the artists in this deck are just, they're all over the place. Like it's every different kind. Oh, look at, there she is. My favorite. I love Amy Winehouse so much. And she was a Virgo. So yeah, just like all over the place, right? Like Miles Davis, Amy Winehouse, Nick Cave. There's also one in here. There's Beyonce. There's John Lennon, Joni Mitchell, Keith Richards, Nina Simone. So like a really good representation of female artists, people of color, and really different genres, Frank Sinatra, Beethoven, Leonard Cohen, Shakira. The only thing is that since they did come out in 2019, it's really not focused on like more modern artists, but Kendrick Lamar, Cher. There's all kinds of people in here. Most of these artists, I think, are passed away, but some of them, most of them are passed away, but a lot of them are still with us, like Miss Dolly Parton. Thank God we still have her because she's a national treasure. And like I said, the messages are not too deep on the cards themselves, but they are synchronistic. And so thus the book is not anything that impressive either. It gives you a little bit of the background information on the artist in case you don't know who they are. It gives you their dates of like time that they were creating music, and then just like a little bit of background onto the type of person they were. But again, it doesn't really give you deep spiritual messages about what this card is. So if you are the kind of person who isn't really super spiritual, but you like divination, this might be a good oracle for you, right? Because it's not like too advicey, it's not too preachy, it's not too religious. And if you resonate with music, then definitely it's worth the investment. I love this deck. I wish, the only thing I would criticize is that there was a little bit more detail to what the advice on the cards is about in the book. And that's literally it. Other than, maybe the cards could be a little bit easier to shuffle. And yeah, I love them. I use them very often, and hopefully this deck review has helped you make a decision whether or not this is the right oracle for you. Please make sure to go back and check the other deck reviews that I've done, and I would really appreciate some feedback on if there was something important that I might have missed that you would like to know about these cards. And yeah, make sure you hit the like button if you like this content, and like I said, please hit the subscribe so you get notification when I post my Zodiac predictions for the month of March, which will feature messages from the Music Oracle. Thank you guys for your support. Love you so much.